Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about the UFC news for over the past week. A lot of fights have been announced, a lot of fight rumours. Yeah, so it's a big week of UFC news, I think. So first we're going to start with Beneil Dariush. Obviously came off the back of that first round knockout to Arman Sarukian. He said there's no point in him fighting basically if he can't beat the top guys. I don't think he will be able to get a title fight now, unfortunately for him. So he's possibly considering retirement. If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. I think there's still some fun fights for him. I think he could potentially work his way up to a title shot, but I don't think it'd be easy. I think he'd need to go on a probably 3-4 fight win streak. I think it'd be easier if Makhachev moves up, because then there'd be a vacant title and it'd just be easier to get to. But like, I'd say he's probably lost to two of the top four in the division, in Arman Sarukian and Charles Oliveira, so it's going to be difficult for him to win a world title. And I like his mindset, to be honest. There's not much point in doing it if he can't be the best. I like that mindset. I guess we'll have to see what happens with Beneil Dariush. He's a good talent. I don't think he'll win a title, like I just said, but it's up to him what he does. A former opponent of Beneil Dariush, Mateusz Gamrot, is expected to fight Rafael dos Anjos. I think that'd be a good fight. Both have good wrestling, both have good stand-up, both well-rounded. Be a good fight to see early in the new year. I think that's UFC 298 or 299, so that'd be good to see them. And then Tatiana Suarez is expected to make her return against Amanda Lemos, who last fought for the strawweight championship against Zhang Weili. Got dominated in that fight, landed some good punches though, rocked Weili a couple of times if I remember. I think Suarez, I'm going to say right now, I think Suarez will probably win that. I rate her wrestling very highly, and I really want to see her against Zhang Weili. I won't be surprised now if they do an event in China for Weili against Zhili Zhang, I think her name is, or Weili Zhang. I think I've just said the name, same person. I've forgotten the other Chinese girl's name. So it'd be good to see them have a fight. Almeida against Curtis Blades is also booked for, I think it was UFC 299, I think. That'd be a good fight. Good, I think. But well, I know both of them are good wrestlers. Both of them like to take the upper person down and just basically keep them there. Well, Almeida showed that definitely against Curtis Blades, but not Curtis Blades, sorry, Derek Lewis, when he fought him in Brazil. He just held Derek Lewis down. I don't think Derek Lewis has the same power as Curtis Blades, so we could potentially see a bit of a stand-up fight. Or I think Derek Lewis has more power than Curtis Blades, so we could see a bit of a stand-up fight, because Almeida might not see as much threat and he might think it's harder to take Curtis Blades down. I think that would be a really interesting fight. Big title implications on that one, I think. More for Almeida, I'd say. Yeah, interesting to see what happens in that fight. And I think that potentially means Gane might be fighting, I'm just making up stuff here, but it could mean that Gane might be fighting Tom Aspinall for the UFC interim title, if Dana White is still set on making Stipe Miocic challenge for the title against John Jones. I think that would probably be the fight that makes the most sense. And then also we've got Tai Tuivasa. He's getting a slightly easier fight now, I'd say, or not. It's still a difficult fight against Marcin Tybura, but I think he's more likely to win that than he has been against his last previous fights. I think they're a similar build, similar height. I think that'll probably end in a knockout, just a brawl, I'd say, probably. I haven't seen much of Marcin Tybura, if I'm being honest. I saw him lose to Tom Aspinall, obviously. Got knocked out. He actually lasted longer than Sergey Pavlovich. But yeah, so I don't really know where Marcin Tybura's level is. I think he's lost to Volkov before. So it'd be interesting to see what happens, really. I'm going to pick Tuivasa in that fight. A bit of news here is Bilal Muhammad is officially the backup for the Leon Edwards against Colby Covington fight. Dana White has previously said that Bilal Muhammad had a fight in the works, so I wouldn't be surprised if that fight was Kamaru Usman now, before he went up to 185 pound challenge Khamzat Chimaev. Wouldn't be surprised at all if that was Kamaru Usman now, and that would have been a good fight. But yeah, I think Bilal Muhammad will probably be the next challenger for the fight, or for the belt, whoever wins. Yeah, that'd be good to see. I think, obviously I'm going to do my preview for the UFC 296 event on Friday, sorry. But I think Leon Edwards will win that, and I would see it, like Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad, but I wouldn't really want to see it, because Edwards was beating Muhammad, but Muhammad's gone on a bit of a win streak now, so potentially. And then also a fight scheduled with big title implications is Cejudo against Merab Dvalishvili in the bantamweight division. Both wrestlers, but Cejudo's can strike more. Merab's wrestling and his cardio is insane. Interesting fight. I would have liked to have seen one of them fight, probably Merab fight Corey Sandhagen, and then the winner of that fights the winner of Vera against Sean O'Malley. But I guess Sandhagen's probably going to fight Umar Nurmagomedov, just because no one else is going to fight Umar Nurmagomedov. And then we'll just have to see what happens in the division. Previously, I think it was last week, I spoke about Michael Venom Page potentially fighting Kevin Holland early next year in his UFC debut. Over the weekend, he had a face-off with Cedric Doumbé in the PFL. Both good kickboxers. I don't know what Michael Venom Page is going to do now. I would have thought if he was going to fight at UFC 297, which was the initial rumour against Kevin Holland, he would have announced that he's signing for the UFC by now. So I guess we'll have to see. Excited either way for Michael Venom Page. I hope he comes to the UFC, because it's a better level of competition than in the PFL, but it's up to him, I guess. Makhachev has stated he doesn't really want rematches and he'd rather fight Justin Gaethje. I don't really know why that is, because he was going to fight Charles Oliveira. I don't think that definitely means he's going to be fighting Justin Gaethje next, but it could mean he fights Justin Gaethje and then Sarukian and Oliveira fight, and then the winner of that potentially UFC 300. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a fight then. He said he wants to fight at UFC 299, which I think is the Sean O'Malley event. So I would say Makhachev versus Gaethje would be the headliner for that, but I don't know if the UFC want that. I would like to see Makhachev versus Justin Gaethje. I would like to see Makhachev versus Sarukian or Oliveira as well, so potentially a Sarukian Oliveira fight on on UFC 300 to find the next title challenger, I guess. Then the last bit of news for today, Aljamain Sterling, obviously the former bantamweight champion. Some people say he's the best bantamweight ever because he's had multiple title defences. He thinks that Holloway has better options than him. I don't know if he actually does. Like, Max Holloway has fought everyone at 145 pounds basically. So unless he's going to move up to 155 pounds, I think Sterling would be the best option. That would be a big fight, I'd say. Potentially a co-main event on a pay-per-view. Yeah, if Sterling doesn't fight Holloway, there's been rumours of him fighting Calvin Kattar, who's also a good fight, I'd say. Yeah, interesting to see what happens. I do want Sterling to get a bit of a push to the 145-pound title, because if Volkanovski wins, he's basically fought everyone. If Topuria wins, then I guess we'll have to see what happens. If De Poirier wins, it'll probably be a Max Holloway fight, and then he would have better options than Aljamain Sterling. But I think it all depends on the his result in the UFC 298 pay-per-view. I think all depends on Volkanovski's result there. I would like to see Aljamain Sterling get a fight soon, because I don't think he's fought since August, which is alright. But I'd like to see him early in the new year. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with Aljamain Sterling and Max Holloway, to be fair, because there haven't really been any rumours for Max Holloway other than himself and Aljamain Sterling. Other than Justin Gaethje and Holloway was a potential fight for the BMF title. But then again, Gaethje might be fighting Makhachev now, like I've just said about. So it's interesting to see. UFC is obviously constantly bringing out news, fight announcements, and there's been multiple good fight announcements over the last week, and I'm really excited for the upcoming pay-per-views over the next 3 months. And I'll be doing a big preview tomorrow for the UFC 296 event, which I'm really excited about. There's probably like 8 fights, I'd say, that I'll be previewing, so it'd be a good to see, or good to talk about. Thanks guys for listening. Like and subscribe, comment what you would like me to make videos on, what you like about the videos, what you don't like about the videos, and just give your opinion. Thank you guys.